today, just faces of people who've died by police bullets, 31 on the Daily Nation, 140 on the Star in, two years? And reminds me that when William Ruto was campaigning, he said that his administration would bring to an end cases of extrajudicial killings. But looking at the numbers now, it's a different story. Are you saying that he lost it at some point?
First, let me acknowledge even the late Bridget Njoki, 12 years old, was shot at home. So even if you stay at home, you're just getting shot. I think the president lost it in overpromising. Remember, he was telling people kutoka bottom back up, and then he didn't really explain to people where they are getting involved or how they are going to pull their weight. All the weight was put on him because he was promising even studios. He ended up overpromising. So right now, he's fighting with people's expectations of what he promised. And then remember, at this point, Fred, the economy is doing badly. The only place people are thriving is politics. He feels he has to protect his position. Demand and supply, because when there's a shortage, you have to protect yourself. So I think he's feeling these guys want to take me out of the meat. So that's why I think he's becoming very aggressive. So he lost it, unfortunately, because he didn't deliver on what he promised people, and then the expectations are high, so people are just pushing back at him. Yes.
Do you think at some point, even as a country, we've lost the plot, that none of us is keen on staying to our initial intentions? Not the head of state, not the Gen Zs, not the rest of the country, that everyone, we are all lost in this chaos and anarchy, that probably even things that we should worry about going forward could be lost?
It's been this problem has just been brewing over time. For the longest time, I think the past decade, they've been saying youth unemployment is a ticking time bomb. So I think this is now, the bomb is blowing up now, because I think we policy makers, the legislative arm of government who are supposed to shape policies and legislations have really shoved the idea that, looking for, organizing for employment for the youth is not a priority. So now this is what is coming to bite us, unfortunately. So we need to refocus as a country. What is our priority? Is it building churches? Is it part of the TORs of the president? What is the role of you when you're given a position as a duty bearer? Are you there to influence policy or to do things that are not adding value? So I think even the voter themselves need to interrogate. Are you voting for this MP because he comes for burials? Is that their role, really? They're supposed to be strategic thinkers and strategic decisions to be made. So Kenyans also, we need to reshift how we see this leadership. Yes.
And it's interesting that you brought up that issue of building churches.
Yes.
Because it's an interesting, and it communicates something to the electorate, even to the young Kenyans, that young Kenyans are talking about opulence and display of opulence by the head of state and other senior government officials sometime last year. Then it is the tone of voice that the president is doing in justifying his intentions. Do you think that could in itself antagonize the youth further?
It is. It's really annoying the youth because they're feeling like he's gaslighting, in the words of the youth. The youth are saying he's gaslighting them. And they're like, you're not really feeling what you're feeling. We are trying to tell you that we've gone to school. We were told to go to school. And unfortunately, our education system makes us think that once you're done with school, and then you get a job. So your role was to study. The economy was supposed to sort you out. So when the president comes off like he's gaslighting the youth, they become annoyed. So I think the government, the president himself, and even the bloggers, government bloggers, are really antagonizing people by making people feel like you're not understanding what you're saying. So the pushback is where the violence is coming in. Yes.
There's also the narrative that these demonstrations are from a particular community, a particular individuals. Yes. And even you look at the conversations on X and online generally, and it has turned to that. Do you think that that kind of narrative stands a chance to actually hold some water?
No, it doesn't hold water. Fred, I think Kenyans learned in 2007 that you can end up fighting for someone, then they end up having a grand coalition government. You're the one who suffered. Remember, many people lost their businesses. Others lost lives. They were never compensated. So the ordinary Kenyan has realized, I'm in business, whatever, even if it's a small shop all my customers are not Kikuyu like myself. All my customers are Kenyans. So Kenyans have realized for us to go ahead, we have to move together. And that is why they are all saying, we are all Kikuyus. If the argument is that Kikuyus have a problem, then everyone in Kenya is a Kikuyu. So I think it's not holding water at this day and age, because the reality is that it is not a tribal issue. The problem on the ground is that the economy is not working. People have gone to school, they don't have jobs. Parents have taken loans. So the discontent is economic. And that is why I'm insisting that the government should realize that the economic problem cannot be solved with a political solution.
Yet there's someone who appears intent on making it a tribal discussion. Do you think that probably they have succeeded to some extent? Because that's a conversation we're having. It's about tribe now, especially on social media.
They have already they have lost the war, because they started again telling us we are all Kenyans. When they realized that the Kikuyu argument is not working, they started bringing in that we are all Kenyans. So the argument is that every part of this country is not happy with the fact that this administration promised heaven and they are yet to deliver. That is the problem.
Allow me to welcome Senator Joe Nyoto to the panel. Senator Nyoto is Senator for Murang'a. Karibu sana, Senator.
Asante.